Well, good evening, Rotorua. I'm Steve Comber here in your Friday night news bulletin. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council escalates response to the spill from the cargo vessel Rena. City Focus lights up pink for breast cancer awareness, and the fan zones are ready to rock and roll over the weekend as we reach the quarter-finals of Rugby World Cup 2011. Those stories and more, stay with us ahead tonight. The Bay of Plenty Regional Council is escalating its response to the spill from the cargo vessel Rena, currently stranded on Astrolabe Reef near Tauranga Harbour. National On-Scene Commander Rob Service says observation flights had identified a significant oil slick, but it was still unknown how much oil had spilt from the vessel. Mr Service says their initial dispersant testing has proved ineffective and other dispersant options were being considered. He also added that the response team was preparing for an on-water recovery operation, which will see oil being scooped off the water by teams using specialist equipment. Rob Service says preparations are also being made for a potential onshore clean-up. Shoreline assessment teams have been on Papamoa Beach today doing pre-clean surveys. There's also wildlife teams on the shores of Motiti Island and Makatu Peninsula, identifying any affected wildlife. Rob Service says he's aware the situation is causing concern, particularly for Bay of Plenty residents, and is being managed in accordance with the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan and international best practice. Meanwhile, though, Māori MP for Waiariki, Tiroa Flavel, says he's standing behind concerns raised by his constituents that the Bay of Plenty Regional Council downplayed the initial significance of the grounding of the cargo ship. Tiroa Flavel says the immediate areas at risk from an oil spill are of high cultural value to Māori, and he wants the council to release up-to-date information.
At this point in time, it's important that the Regional Council ensures that the people are given up-to-date information, and that nothing is hidden and swept under the carpet. It's important that they get the full background and, more importantly, what the actions that are going to be taken by the authorities to ensure that the downstream effects, the negative effects of this catastrophe do not affect, well, at least are mitigated as much as possible. The resource of the sea are important to Māori communities up and down the coast, and therefore it's important that they get brought up to date.
And in other news tonight, the City Focus lights will light up in pink during October as part of a global call to action against breast cancer. Rotorua organiser Joe McCormick says more than 600 women will die in New Zealand from the disease this year. So it's important to promote awareness and be breast aware. Joe McCormick says that the Pink Ribbon Appeal this year, volunteers will be out in force.
So it's called the Pink Army. So the Pink Army out there will all be decked in pink. We will be loud, we will be interactive, and if anyone wants us to come and call into their work, they've just got to give us a call or let someone know that they want to visit.
And the Pink Ribbon Appeal is on Friday the 14th of October. Bay of Plenty Police are reminding the public that with school holidays starting today, the holiday Labour weekend on the horizon, and thousands of Rugby World Cup fans still travelling around New Zealand, an increase in traffic on our roads is inevitable. The acting Bay of Plenty District Road Policing Manager, Senior Sergeant Stu Nightingale, says extra traffic is anticipated, particularly along the district's main routes through the Central North Island and Bay of Plenty, including State Highways 1, 5, 29, 2 and 33. Senior Sergeant Nightingale says if you are intending to do any travelling over the next few weeks, now is the time to start planning. And he adds, keep speed down, be patient and report any incidents on the roads using the Star 555 system, as road safety is everybody's business. And to your Friday night sports news, rugby fever is set to rise this weekend as the quarter-finals of the Rugby World Cup 2011 competition get underway. Rotorua District Council Rugby World Cup coordinator Renee Nathan says it's knockout time for the 8 teams left in the competition, and if you want to catch all the action, the Rotorua fan zones are the place to be.
Other cool thing for those that are really die-hard rugby fans, We've got the Civic Theatre, and that screen's going to be even bigger than what's down at the Energy Event Centre. So for people who really want to watch a game and enjoy the atmosphere, that's going to be an ideal spot to go along to.
And another reminder, the fan zones are at the Rotorua Convention Centre this weekend and not the Energy Event Centre, as was the case with the previous fan zones. But we look forward to seeing you both tomorrow and Sunday to celebrate some great ruggers across the weekends. Well, look now to your weather, Rotorua. What's it going to do tonight? A few showers still linger. Light winds and overnight low 5 degrees. Tomorrow, Saturday, fine. The chance of some afternoon showers. Westerly winds, a high 15 and a low of 5. And through to Sunday, fine weather. Southeast winds easing, a high 15 and a low of 6. If you're boating for the weekend, Lake Rotorua tomorrow, Saturday, southwest winds 10 knots, rising to westerly 15 in the afternoon. Winds will turn southerly 15 at night, waves remaining below half a metre. Should be mainly fine, fair visibility in afternoon and evening showers. Well, as usual, if you did miss any of tonight's bulletin, watch it again, catch up on some of the stories you may have missed, log on to tvrotorua.co.nz. Click on the View Latest City News link, or to view what's on in our city, click on the upcoming events link. Well, stay with us. Still to come tonight. After the break, more from Joe McCormick on breast cancer and breast cancer appeal next week. Amanda is in with our Friday What's On. And after the break, Kitty's in the studio with Dr. Kate Mills talking about meningitis.